So for some reason, something major has happened, throwing us into a recession, whether it's a pandemic that's broken out or something else. And we want to recover as quickly as possible from this. Well, which is faster, fiscal or monetary policy? We'll take a look at the lags to understand which of the two can be quicker to help the problem. So to understand the delays between fiscal and monetary policy and with respect to thinking about it and it having a positive impact on the economy, you have to understand that there's two types of delays. Whatever you want to call them, there's a delay to implement the policy, and then there's a delay for once the policy is implemented to actually have a positive impact on the economy. If we think about the implementation phase of just putting it into action, well, which one is quicker? Well, monetary policy is a lot faster in this instance because if we think about central banks, they meet every 8 times per year, so every month and a half at the most, to determine whether they're going to keep interest rates stable, rise, or lower them. But they can always meet earlier in emergency instances. But at the very latest, it's every 6 weeks, you know that they're going to take a decision. So they don't have to kind of say, okay, we have to meet, Those meetings are predetermined. So at the very longest, it's 6 weeks. And that would have to be that you decided on something, the next day something big happens, and then you have to wait for those weeks to do something. And like I said, they could always call an emergency meeting in between. So it's very quick. Whereas with fiscal policy, if we're thinking about increasing government spending or drops in taxes, that has to go through more steps because it's controlled by the government in charge, has to go through different legal steps, different discussions. It doesn't just happen with the snap of the finger to go like, okay, we're dropping income tax rates from this amount to this amount, or sales taxes from this amount to this amount. From one day to the next, it's done. Like it's requires more time. Okay? But once those lower taxes are put into place, that impact is a lot quicker on the economy. Because all of a sudden, if you have more money left in your bank account after making the same purchases, after working the same amount of hours, you're going to spend more rapidly. And if it's an increase in government spending, well, as soon as that government decides to spend a lot into this project, they're going to be hiring a lot of people right away. That's going to lead to a lot of increase in spending very rapidly as well. So the impact on the economy is very quick once that policy has been accepted and put into place. Whereas drops in interest rates have a longer time period before it actually has an impact on the economy. Imagine that you're at an age that you're starting to look to maybe buy a house, and you see that interest rates fall. You're not going to go like right away buy the first house that you see. It's going to take time. You might think, okay, I was considering it. Now I'm like highly considering it. I think I'm going to buy a house or I'm going to buy a new car. You're still going to shop around. It's going to take you a bit of time. And that's for you as a consumer. If you think of a business that's deciding on developing a new factory or buying new specialized equipment for your business, those are often long-term policy changes, like ideas that they go through, planning phase that they go through to making these decisions. So even if interest rates change now, maybe the decisions for the following year have already been taken into account, and this will have an impact on next year's plan. There's a longer delay involved in that. And same thing with an impact on the exchange rate. It can have a quick impact on exchange rate, but before we start adjusting how much we import, how much we export, that can take a long time before people decide, okay, I won't renew contracts with this company, I'll import those goods instead, or I'll export more. That takes time. So monetary policy, very quick to change the rate, much slower to having then an impact on consumption, investment, or net exports. Fiscal policy, much slower to get approved and put into place, but then much quicker to have an impact on spending and aggregate demand. So at the end of the day, which one's quicker, which one's slower? Well, you have to look at the combination of the two. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. So we can't really say that in all instances one is quicker or the other one is quicker. It depends on these two different lags that are involved in both situations. So hopefully that clarifies how long we have to wait to be able to stimulate the economy, either through fiscal or monetary policy. Have a good day. If you found this video interesting, please consider subscribing or joining my class where I guide you to apply and expand on the information found in these videos to real-life examples. Have a good day.